Greetings, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Today we discuss the proper care and usage of your FP Journe Elegante. This is a quartz timepiece with a microprocessor and quartz oscillator. Nevertheless, it can be conventionally set just like a mechanical watch by first taking the screw down crown and from its flush position thread it counterclockwise until you distinctly hear and feel it pop out of its stem tube assembly. At this point, it is best to wait for the seconds hand to arrive at the index at 60. And what you would do is you would wait for the hand to arrive at the index at 60, and then when it is completely zeroed at the top of its travel, you would pull the crown out one more stop or one more detent. From that position, you would then adjust the watch to the current hour and next nearest minute. It's best to use a known accurate reference time, such as an online atomic clock that is properly set to your locality, your local time zone. You want to set the nearest hour and then the next nearest minute, because what you want to do once you have stopped the seconds hand at 60 is wait for that reference time to catch up to the exact hour, minute, and second you have set on the dial of your watch. As soon as the seconds, hours, and minutes all coincide, you want to push that crown back down and you will have synchronized the watch to the reference time. This is the mode known as setting or stop seconds, and I will demonstrate right now what it means to stop the seconds hand at 60 by pulling the crown to its second stop. Now I've engaged stop seconds, and for example, if I were setting my watch and the current time is 3:05, I would actually set the time to 3:06. Wait for my atomic clock reference to catch up. It'll only take a few seconds. Then push the crown back down. The seconds hand resumes. You will have synchronized your watch. It's always important after setting the time to thread the crown back down. It's important to note that you can help avoid accidental drowning. Preserve your watch's water resistance as rated from the factory by keeping the crown flush to the case. That also helps to prevent the crown from shearing or being damaged via abrasion. Now the timepiece does have a rubber strap that can be removed by means of pull tabs on the underside, so if you wish to remove the strap to change the look of the watch or simply to clean more deeply between the lugs, you use these pull tabs on the underside to manipulate the strap. Now the timepiece has an unconventional means of extending its battery life and retaining the correct time, as it uses a microprocessor and a quartz oscillator to retain the time even when the watch goes into its sleep mode. After 30 minutes, the oscillating motion detector that you can see on the dial side of the watch, having not moved, will send a signal to the microprocessor to stop stepping the hands. So the motors that step the hands will cease to operate after one full 30-minute span of inactivity. The watch, in theory, could last 18 years between battery replacements if it were to sit continuously unused. But in daily use, where the watch may fall asleep during the night and be in use during the day, you can expect 8 to 10 years of battery life. The timepiece will face three primary threats or hazards in service. One is water, and this is the most dire of the threats to a fine timepiece. Keep in mind that water resistance is something that you can aid and abet. As I mentioned, avoid accidental drowning by keeping the crown flush to the case. Don't attempt to thread it out or set the watch, not just while the watch is submerged, but while the watch is wet. After using the watch, always dry it, and if it's been exposed to salt water or chlorine, clean it first with fresh water before drying. It's also important to note that this watch is 30 meters water resistant. With the screw-down crown, it is possible to swim with this watch and enjoy surface aquatics, though it is not perhaps sufficient for more intensive aquatic activities such as diving from a high plane or submerging deeply with scuba or rebreather equipment. Now the timepiece over a period will lose some of its water resistance as seals age and lubricants degrade, so to ensure that it's still water resistant as rated from the factory, on an annual basis, have it water tested at an FP Journe factory service center or the factory itself if accessible. It's important to keep the watch remote from shock and magnetism. Magnetism being ubiquitous. You'll find it in the closures of purses, of wallets, of refrigerator doors. You'll find magnets in speakers, subwoofers, as well as high-powered electronics. The effect of magnetism on a quartz watch is to depolarize the magnets in the stepper motors. Over time, when removed from the magnetic source, the Motors will resume their functionality and they will become repolarized, but there will be a period when your watch is not keeping proper time or perhaps not functioning at all. So always keep your watch remote from magnetic sources. A shock can be more injurious to the watch, as severe concussion can damage the mechanism itself or even compromise the integrity of the set gems in the case band, or, for example, the integrity of the seals and the sapphire crystals themselves. So keep the watch disused during activities such as batting, tennis, golf, firearms marksmanship, the riding of ATVs or mountain bikes. One more note, since this watch is broadly sheathed in natural vulcanized rubber about its bezel as well as its case flanks, and fitted to a natural vulcanized rubber strap, keep the rubber components remote from exceptionally caustic chemicals or particularly potent cosmetics such as nail polish remover to ensure the longevity of the rubber inserts on the case as well as your strap. Finally, every fine mechanical watch and quartz timepiece requires a periodic comprehensive overhaul. In general, this is every 4 years for FP Journe timepieces, but the requirements for a quartz timepiece may vary. Therefore, it's best to have the watch checked every year during your annual water test at an authorized service center. Then total condition, chronometric precision, stepper motors, battery life, and water resistance indeed can be checked all at once to determine whether a full-scale service is necessary. If necessary, service exclusively with the factory or authorized service centers, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, specialized equipment, and original factory replacement parts to maintain the value of your watch as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies are able to back all labor and parts invested with a factory service warranty. Ultimately, FP Journe offers a 2-year warranty on all of its timepieces, but if registered on fpjourne.com within 30 days of purchase from an authorized retailer, the warranty can be extended by 1 additional year. Visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the usage, care, and ownership of this or any FP Journe fine timepiece.